Hello students, in this lecture we will discuss about metabolism of glycine. Glycine is the simplest amino acid. It is classified as aliphatic amino acid in classification of amino acids, and it has hydrogen group instead of R group. So the carbon atom of glycine is not asymmetric, and hence it does not exhibit optical isomerism or hydrophilic amino acid, because instead of R group there is H ion, and this H ion interact with hydrogen or OH ions of water, and hence it is hydrophilic or polar. Then it takes part in the proteins. So it is amply available amino acid in proteins, and it is present in collagen as every third amino acid. So every third amino acid in collagen is glycine. It is glycogenic amino acid. So this glycine is converted to serine, then pyruvate, and then glucose. So it is a glycogenic amino acid, and it is a non-essential amino acid. So dietary non-essential amino acid means now it can be synthesized in our body. So what are the compounds that can synthesize glycine? These are ammonia and carbon dioxide, or it can be serine or glyoxylate, threonine, and choline. There are various substances or special products that can be synthesized from glycine. And what are they? They are serine. From serine, pyruvate is synthesized, and from that glucose can be synthesized. Then glyoxylate, oxalate is synthesized from this. Then purines, hemoglobin, or heme, then glutathione, creatine. It acts in various detoxification reaction where hippuric acid is generated from benzoic acid and bile acids are synthesized, and it also acts as a neurotransmitter. Now let us see one by one the process of synthesis of glycine. Ammonia and carbon dioxide along with N5 and 10 methylene tetrahydrofolate in presence of glycine synthase forms glycine. This is energy requiring process, and energy is given by NADH, which is converted to NAD. This glycine synthase or glycine cleavage system is a multi-enzyme complex, and it requires pyridoxal phosphate and lipoate for its activity. Then glycine can also be obtained from serine, In this reaction, enzyme required is serine hydroxymethyl transferase. In this reaction, hydroxymethyl group of serine is transferred to tetrahydrofolate to convert it into N5N10 methylene tetrahydrofolate. So from serine, glycine is synthesized. This is reversible reaction. From glyoxylate, by action of glycine transaminase, glycine can be synthesized and amino group is obtained from either glutamate, which is converted into alpha ketoglutarate, or alanine, which is converted into pyruvate. From threonine, glycine can be synthesized by action of threonine aldolase. In this reaction, acetaldehyde is removed from threonine molecule and glycine is synthesized with the action of threonine aldolase. And last is synthesis of glycine from choline. Choline, with the help of various dehydrogenation reactions, undergo various transformations to form glycine. Choline first converted by dehydrogenase to betaine. Betaine is converted to dimethyl glycine, and this dimethyl glycine is converted into glycine. Catabolism of glycine. Glycine is acted upon by glycine synthase, which is a complex consisting of PLP, lipoate, NADH along with methylene tetrahydrofolate. This glycine is converted into ammonia and carbon dioxide and N5N10 methylene tetrahydrofolate, which is one carbon compound. This glycine synthase is also called as glycine cleavage system. Glycine cleavage system. Now, serine can be synthesized from this. Coming to specialized products synthesized from glycine, serine can be synthesized from glycine with the help of hydroxymethyl transferase. Serine hydroxymethyl transferase. In this reaction, glycine combines with N5N10 methylene tetrahydrofolate to form tetrahydrofolate, and serine is synthesized. This serine is converted to pyruvate. With the help of serine dehydratase. Ammonia molecule is removed and the remaining structure is pyruvate. This pyruvate will synthesize in gluconeogenesis glucose, and hence glycine is a glucogenic amino acid. Then coming to glyoxylate. Glyoxylate can be generated from glycine transamination or it is synthesized from glycine by glycine oxidase. Glycine oxidase. So amino group is removed and glyoxylate is synthesized. This glyoxylate further cleaves into oxalate and formate. This is one carbon compound. So these are the substances which are synthesized from glycine. Now, let us see other substances which are synthesized from glycine. In purine synthesis, glycine take part and it contributes for C4, C5 and N7 of purine ring. In case of hemoglobin, glycine combines with succinyl-CoA coenzyme A in presence of ALA synthase, and the product is delta amino levulinic acid. This is the first step of synthesis of heme, and from delta amino levulinic acid, heme is synthesized. Heme is required in the body for synthesis of hemoglobin, myoglobin and certain enzymes like cytochrome oxidase, catalase and peroxidase. Then synthesis of glutathione. What is glutathione? Glutathione is a tripeptide. It is also called as gamma glutamyl cysteine glycine. So, for its synthesis, glutamate combines with cysteine in presence of gamma glutamyl cysteine, gamma glutamyl cysteine synthetase, gamma glutamyl cysteine synthetase. This is, as the bond is formed, this is energy requiring reaction and ATP is converted to ADP and PI. So this gamma glutamyl cysteine acted upon by glutathione synthetase is converted into glutathione. This is also bond forming reaction and it requires ATP, which is converted to ADP and PI. So in this way, glutathione is synthesized. The glutathione is required in every cell for keeping enzymes in reduced form, that is their active form. It is present in very high concentration in RBCs, where it maintains integrity of RBC membrane. Then it is part of, it will help, reduced glutathione will help glutathione peroxidase to tackle with oxidants, and glutathione also helps in absorption of amino acid. These are the 4 uses of glutathione. Then coming to creatine. Creatine is an important molecule as it is a energy storage molecule. For synthesis of creatine, glycine combines with arginine, which is converted into ornithine. These reactions, they undergo various changes in urea cycle again. So arginine is converted into ornithine. Enzyme required is arginine glycine transamidase, and product is guanidoacetate. This reaction takes place in kidney. Then this goniodoacetate accepts goniodoacetate methyl transferase or transmethylase act on it. It will accept methyl group from S-adenosine methionine S-adenosine methionine to convert it into S-adenosine homocysteine. And goniodoacetate is converted into creatine. This reaction takes place in liver. From liver, this creatine is taken to various tissues, for example, muscle, heart and brain, where it acts as energy storage. With the help, it is converted into creatine phosphate. Creatine phosphate with the help of enzyme creatine kinase. Creatine kinase ATP. This is a reversible reaction where ATP is converted into ADP and PI. So when there is excess of ATPs, they are converted into creatine is converted into creatine phosphate, energy storage stored in this form as creatine phosphate, and when energy is required for vigorous muscle contraction in muscle or heart or in brain, energy is required, ATP is not available in ample amount, then this creatine phosphate is converted into creatine, ADP and PI is converted to ATP. So this is a storage form of energy. This creatine kinase is present mainly in muscle, then heart and in brain in the concentration of 90%, 9% and 1%. It is in muscle, it is MM form isoenzyme, in heart it is MB isoenzyme, and in brain it is BB isoenzyme. This creatine kinase is the first enzyme to rise in myocardial infarction. Then creatine, non-enzymatically, this creatine phosphate can be converted into, with removal of inorganic phosphate, creatinine. Or this creatine by anhydrase is removal of water molecule is converted into creatinine. This creatinine is used along with urea to measure renal function, and creatinine levels are not affected unless muscle mass is affected, and hence creatine is considered to be more reliable parameter than that of urea by many researchers. Then coming to detoxification reactions that are participated by glycine. The first reaction is benzoic acid is converted into benzoic acid combines with glycine. This is conjugation reaction and hippuric acid is formed. This hippuric acid is water soluble and hence it is excreted in urine. So the benzoic acid is present as a food preservative and body detoxify it as a hippuric acid and it is excreted. In case of ammonia toxicity, sodium benzoate or benzoic acid given intravenously. This benzoic acid, as we have seen, the ammonia, excess ammonia will combine and one carbon, they will form glycine. sodium benzoate combines with glycine to form hippuric acid, which is excreted, and this is the mechanism used as a treatment part in case of hyperammonemia. Second important detoxification reaction or conjugation reaction is formation of bile acid. Cholic acid and chinodeoxy cholic acid combines with glycine to form glycocholic acid and glycochinodeoxycholic acid respectively. This is a conjugation reaction. Conjugation. So, what is significance of this glycocholic acid and glycochinodeoxycholic acid? This glycocholic acid and glycochinodeoxycholic acid are bile acids. This forms sodium and potassium salts as sodium glycocholate, potassium glycocholate, or sodium glycochinodeoxycholate and potassium glycochinodeoxycholate. These bile salts are important for digestion and absorption of triglycerides. These are also important for keeping cholesterol in the solubilized form, and these bile salts are important for excretion of cholesterol also. Now, coming to last point, glycine also acts as a neurotransmitter. As a glycine acts as a neurotransmitter, it is inhibitory neurotransmitter and it acts along with GABA. Various inborn error of metabolism of glycine. There are three inborn error of metabolism of glycine. One is glycinemia. Second is glycinuria. And third is primary hyperoxaluria. This glycinemia or hyperglycinemia is seen due to deficiency of or errors of inborn error of metabolism of glycine cleavage system. Thereby glycine cannot be broken down to ammonia, carbon dioxide and one carbon, and thereby there is increase in glycine. This disorder is seen autosomal recessive, and this is seen in first year of life. In this disorder there occur lethargy, then mental retardation and ataxia, etc. The treatment is giving benzoate, sodium benzoate, so that more and more glycine can be excreted. Then coming to glycinuria. Glycinuria is due to deficiency, improper absorption of glycine by renal tubule and intestinal cells, and there occur increased excretion of glycine through urine, and there occur oxalate crystals deposition in urinary tract. Then coming to primary hyperoxaluria. This is a condition in which glycine transaminase is defective. So glycine cannot be converted into glyoxylate, which is not properly converted into oxalate and formate. So in this condition there is problem with glycine transaminase there occur excess of, so from glycine this glyoxylate is not synthesized properly. This is inborn error of metabolism in which there is protein targeting defect. Protein targeting defect. Normally, glycine transaminase is present in peroxisomes. In this condition, it is normally present in peroxisomes. In this condition, they are targeted to mitochondria. In mitochondria, these glycine transaminases are inactive and thereby there occur excess of oxalic acid excretion in the urine and there occur oxalate crystal.